Announcements. This is co-produced by UMASS Hillel and the Renaissance Center. Both websites are on the back. Please visit our websites often and visit us even more. 2, there will be entrances and exits via the aisle, and actors will be completely in the space. So be aware of that. No flash photography. There are professional photos that have been taken of the show. Everyone will have access to it. Please turn off your cell phones. First act is an hour 10. Then you can run off and use the facilities and look at whatever sunshine is left, and then you will turn your cell phones back off for the rest of the show, which is another hour. Immediately after the performance, you will have 10 minutes before we do a talk back, where you get to ask the actors and the director questions, whatever you like. And thank you for being here. Without further ado, the Merchant of Venice. Woo!
So sad. It wearies me. You say it wearies you. How I caught it, found it, or came by it. What stuff 'tis made of, whereof it is born. I am to learn. And such a want what sadness makes of me, that I have much ado to know myself.
Your mind is tossing on the ocean. There were your argosies with portly sail, like Seigneurs and rich burghers on the flood, to over-appear the petty traffickers, that curtsy to them, do them reverence as they fly by them with their woven wings.
Believe me, sir, had I such venture forth, the better part of my affections would be with my hopes abroad. I should be still plucking the grass to know where sits the wind, peering in maps for piers and ports and roads and every object that might make me fear misfortune to my ventures, out of doubt would make me sad.
I know Antonio was sad to think upon his merchandise.
Believe me, no. I thank my fortune for it. My ventures are not in one bottom trusted, nor to one place, nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year. Therefore, my merchandise makes me not sad.
Why, then you are in love.
Fie.
Not in love either. Then let us say you are sad because you are not merry, and 'twere as easy for you to laugh and leap and say you are merry because you are not sad. Now, by two-headed Janus, nature hath framed strange fellows in her time.
Here comes Bassanio, your most noble kinsmen, Gratiano and Lorenzo. There you are. We leave you now in better company.
I would have stayed till I had made you merry if worthier friends had not prevented me.
Your worth is very dear in my regard.
Good morrow, my good lords.
Good signors both, when shall we laugh? Say, when? You grow exceeding strange, must it be so?
We'll make our leisures to attend on board.
My lord, Bassanio, since you have found Antonio, we too will leave you. But at dinner time, I pray you have in mind where we must meet.
I will not fail you.
You look not well, Signor Antonio. You have too much respect upon the world. They lose it that do buy it with much care. Believe me, you are marvelously changed.
I hold the world, but as the world, Gratiano, a stage where every man must play a part. Mine is sad.
Let me play the fool, and with mirth and laughter let a things come, and let my liver rather heat with wine than my heart cool with mortifying draughts. I tell thee what, Antonio, I love thee, and it is my love that speaks. There are sort of men whose visages do cream and mantle like a standing pond, and do a willful stillness entertain, with purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity, profound conceit, as who should say, I am Sir Oracle, and when I ope my lips, let no dog bark. Oh, my Antonio, I do know of these, that therefore only are reputed wise for saying nothing, when, I'm very sure, if they should speak, would almost damn those ears, which hearing them would call their brothers fools. But I will tell thee more of this another time. Fish not with this melancholy bait, for this fool's budgeon, this opinion. Come, Lorenzo, fare you well. I'll end my exhortation after dinner.
Well, we will leave you then till dinner time. For now I must be one of these same dumb wise men, for Gratiano never lets me speak.
Well, keep me in your company, but 2 years more you shall not know the sound of thine own tongue.
Farewell. I'll grow a talker for this here.
Oh, thanks of faith, for silence is only commendable in a neat's tongue dried and a maid not vendable.
Is that anything now?
Gratiano speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any man in all of Venice. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat hid in 2 bushels of chaff. You shall seek all day ere you find them. When you have them, they are not worth the search.
Well, tell me now, what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage, that you, today, promised to tell me of?
'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate by something showing a more swelling port than my famed means of great continuance. Nor do I now make moan to be abridged from such a noble rate, but my chief care is to come fairly off from the great debts where in my time something too prodigal hath left me gauged. To you, Antonio, I owe the most, in money and in love, and from your love I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get clear of all the debts I owe.
I pray you, good Bassanio, let me know it. And if it stand as you yourself still do, within the eye of honor, be assured, my purse, my person, my extremest means lie all unlocked to your occasions.
In my school days, when I had lost one shaft, I shot his fellow on the self-same flight, the self-same way, with more advised watch, to find the other 4th. And by adventuring both, I oft found both. I urge this childhood proof, for what follows is pure innocence. I owe you much. And like a willful youth, that which I owe is lost. But if you please to shoot another arrow that self-way which you did shoot the first, I do not doubt, as I will watch the aim, or to find both, or bring your latter hazard back again, and thankfully rest debtor for the first.
Then do but say to me what I should do, that in your knowledge may by me be done, and I am pressed unto it. Therefore, speak.
In Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair, and fairer than that word of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair, speechless messages. Her name is Portia. Nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter, Brutus's Portia. Nor is a wide world ignorant of her worth, for the 4 winds blown from every coast renowned suitors, and her sunny locks hang in her temples like a golden fleece. And many Jasons come in quest of her. Oh, my Antonio, I have the means to hold a rival place with one of them. I have a mind presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate.
Thou knowest all my fortunes are at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity to raise a present sum. Therefore, go forth. Try what my credit can in Venice do that should be racked, even to the utmost, and furnish this Belmont to fair Portia. Go, presently inquire, and so will I, where money is. Now no question makes it evident of my trust, or for my sake.
My travelers, and my little body is a-weary of this great world.
You would be, sweet madam, if your miseries were in the same abundance as your good fortunes are. Yet for aught I see they are as sick that surfeit with too much as they that starve with nothing.
Good sentences, and well pronounced.
It would be better if well followed.
If to do were's easy as to know what we're good to do, churches and poor men's cottages, princes' palaces. It is a good divine that follows his own instructions. I could easier teach 20 what were good to be done than to be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. The brain may devise laws for the blood, but a hot temper leaps o'er a cold decree. Such a hair is madness, the youth, to skip o'er the meshes of good counsel, the cripple. This reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Only, or choose. I may neither choose whom I would nor refuse whom I dislike. Thus is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. It's not hard, Nerissa, but I may neither choose one nor refuse none.
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their death have good inspirations. Therefore, the lottery which he hath devised in these 3 chests of gold, silver, and lead, whereof who chooses his meaning, chooses you who no doubt never be chosen by any right than by one who shall rightly love. But what warmth is there in your affection towards any of these princely suitors that already come?
I pray thee, overname them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them, and according to my description, level it my affection.
First there is the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, that's a colt indeed, for he does nothing but talk of his horse, and he makes it a good appropriation of his own good parts, that he can shoot him himself. I am much afeard, my lady, his mother played false with a smith.
How say you then to the French Lord Monsieur Le Bon?
God made him, and therefore let him pass for a man. In truth, I know it is a sin to be a mocker, but why, he hath a horse better than the Neapolitans, a better bad habit of frowning than the Count Palatine. He is every man in no man. If he hear a throstle sing, he will fall straight to capering. He will fence with his own shadow. If I should marry him, I should marry 20 husbands. Ah! If he should despise me, I would forgive him. For if he love me to madness, I should never requite him.
How say you then to Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
No, I say nothing to him. For he understands not me, nor I him. He is neither Latin, French, nor Italian. And you will come into the court and say, I have a poor penny's worth in the English. He is a proper man's picture. But alas, who can converse with the dumb show? How oddly he is suited. I think he bought his doublet in Italy, his round hose in France, his bonnet in Germany, and his behavior everywhere.
If he should offer to choose, and choose the right casket, you should refuse to perform your father's will if you should refuse to accept him.
Therefore, I fear for the worst. I pray thee, set a glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. For if the devil be within, and that temptation without, I know he will choose it. I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I be married to a sponge.
You need not fear, lady, the having of any of these lords. They have acquainted me with their determinations, which is indeed to return to their home and to trouble you with no more suit, unless you may be won by some other sort from your father's imposition depending on the caskets.
If I live to be as old as Sibia, I will die as chaste as Diana, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. I'm glad this parcel of wooers are so reasonable, for there is not one, but I dote on his very absence, and I pray God grant them a fair departure.
Do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar, and a soldier that come hither in the company of Marquis of Montferrat?
Yes, it was Bassanio, as I think he was so called.
True, madam. He, of all the men that ever my foolish eyes did look upon, was the best deserving of fair lady.
I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise.
the Prince of Morocco, who brings word the Prince's master will be here tonight.
If I can bid the fifth welcome with so good a heart as I can bid the other four farewell, I should be glad of his approach. If he have the condition of a saint and the complexion of a devil, I should rather he shrive me than wife me. Come, Nerissa, see her go before, as we shut the gates on one wooer, another knocks at the door.
3,000 ducats. Well, aye, sir, for 3 months.
3 months. Well,
For the which, as I have told you, Antonio shall be bound.
Antonio shall become bound. Well.
May you stead me? Will you pleasure me? Shall I know your answer?
3,000 ducats for 3 months, and Antonio bound.
Your answer to that?
Antonio is a good man.
Have you heard any invitation to the contrary?
Oh, no. My meaning in saying he is a good man is to have you understand me that he is sufficient. Yet his means are in supposition. He hath an argosy bound for Tripoli, another for the Indies. I understand, moreover, upon the Rialto, he hath a third at Mexico, a fourth for England, and other ventures he hath squandered abroad. But ships are but boards, sailors but men. There be land rats and water rats, water thieves and land thieves. I mean, pirates. And then there be the peril of waters, winds, and rocks. The man is notwithstanding sufficient. I think I may take his bond.
Be assured you may.
I will be assured I may. And that I may be assured I will bethink me. May I speak with Antonio?
If it please you to dine with us?
Yes. To smell pork. To eat of the habitation which your prophet, the Nazarite, conjured the devil into. I will buy with you, sell with you, talk with you, walk with you, and so following. But I will not eat with you, drink with you, pray with you. What news on the Rialto? Who is he comes here?
This is Signor Antonio.
How like a fawning publican he looks. I hate him, for he is a Christian. But more, for that in low simplicity he lends out money gratis and brings down the rate of usance here with us in Venice. If I should catch him once upon the hip, I will feed fat the ancient grudge I bear him. He hates our sacred nation. And he rails, even where merchants most do congregate, on me, my bargains, and my well-won thrift, which he calls interest. Cursed be my tribe if I forgive him.
Shylock, do you hear?
I am debating of my present store, and by the mere guess of my memory, I cannot instantly raise up the gross of full 3,000 ducats. What of that? Tubal, a wealthy Hebrew of my tribe, shall furnish me. But soft, how many months do you require? Rest you fair, good signor. Your worship was the last man in our mouths.
Shylock, although I neither lend nor borrow by taking nor by giving of excess, yet to supply the right wants of my friend, I'll break a custom. Does he have possessed how much he would?
Aye, 3,000 ducats.
And for 3 months.
I had forgot. 3 months. You told me so. Well then, your bond. And let me see, but hear you. Methought you said you neither lend nor borrow upon advantage.
I do never use it.
When Jacob grazed his uncle Laban's sheep, this Jacob from our holy Abram was his wise mother wrought in his behalf. The third possessor, he was the third.
And what of him? Did he take interest?
No, not take interest, not as you would say, directly interest. Mark what Jacob did. When Laban and himself were compromised, that all the eanlings which were streaked and pied should fall as Jacob's hire, the ewes, being rank in the end of autumn, turned to the rams. And when the work of generation was between these woolly breeders in the act, The skillful shepherd peeled me certain wands, and in the doing of the deed of kind, he stuck them up before the fulsome ewes, who, in conceiving, did in eating time fall party-colored lambs. And those were Jacob's. This was a way to thrive, and he was blessed. And thrift is blessing if men steal it not.
This was a venture, sir, that Jacob served for, a thing not in his power to bring to pass, but swayed and fashioned by the hand of heaven. Was this inserted to make interest good, or is your gold and silver used in rams?
I cannot tell. I make it breed as fast. But note me, Signor.
Mark you this, Bassanio. The devil can cite scripture for his purpose. An evil soul producing holy witness is like a villain with a smiling cheek. A goodly apple, rotten at the heart. What a goodly outside falsehood hath.
3,000 ducats. 'Tis a good round sum. 3 months from 12. Now let me see.
Well, Shylock, shall we be beholding to you?
Signor Antonio, many a time and oft in the Rialto you have rated me about my monies and my usances. Still have I borne it with a patient shrug, for sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit upon my Jewish gabardine, and all for use of that which is mine own. Oh, well then, it now appears you need my help. Well, go to then. You come to me and you say, Shylock, we would have monies. You say so. You did void your room upon my beard, and foot me as you spurn a stranger cur over your threshold. Monies is your suit. What should I say to you? Should I not say, hath a dog money? Is it possible a cur can lend thee 3,000 ducats? Or shall I bend low and in a bondsman's key with bated breath and whispered humbleness say this, fair sir, you spit upon me Wednesday last, you spurn me such a day, another time you called me dog, and for these courtesies I'll lend thee thus much monies.
I am as like to call thee so again, to spit on thee again, to spurn thee too. If thou wilt lend this money, lend it not as to thy friends. For when did friendship take a breed for barren metal of his friend? But lend it rather to thine enemy, who, if he break, thou mayest with better face exact the penalty.
How do you storm? I would be friends with you and have your love. Forget the shames that you have stained me with. Supply your present wants, and take no doit of usance for my monies, and you'll not hear me. This is kind I offer.
This were kindness.
This kindness will I show. Go with me to a notary, and show me there your single bond, and in a merry sport, if you repay me not on such a day, in such a place, such sum or sums as are expressed in the condition, let the forfeit be nominated for an equal pound of your fair flesh, to be cut off, and taken in what part of your body pleaseth me.
Content. In faith, I'll seal to such a bond and say there's much kindness in the Jew.
You shall not seal to such a bond for me, or rather dwell in my necessity.
Why, fear not, man. I will not forfeit it. Within these 2 months, that's a month before this bond expires, I do expect return of thrice 3 times the value of this bond.
Avrama Vini. What these Christians are. His own hard dealings teaches them to suspect the thoughts of others. I pray you tell me this. If he should break his day, what should I gain by the exaction of the forfeiture? A pound of man's flesh taken from a man is not so estimable, profitable neither, than flesh of muttons, beefs, or goats. I say, to buy his favor, I extend this friendship, if he will take it so. If not, adieu. And for my love, I pray you wrong me not.
Yes. Shylock, I will seal into this bond.
Then meet me forthwith at the notary's. Give him direction for this merry bond, and I will go and purse the ducats straight. See to my house left in the fearful guard of an unthrifty knave, and presently I will be with you.
Hide thee, gentle Jew. The Hebrew will turn Christian, He grows
You
kind.
might not care terms in a villain's mind.
Come on, in this there can be no dismay. My ships come home a month before the day.
It's likely not for my complexion, the shadowed livery of the burnished son to whom I am a neighbor and near brethren. I tell thee, lady, this aspect of mine hath feared the valiant, and by my love I swear, the best regarded virgins of our clan have loved it too. I would not change this hue, except to steal your thoughts, my gentle queen.
In terms of choice, I am not solely led by next direction of a maiden's eyes. Besides, the lottery of my destiny bars me the right of voluntary choosing. But if my father had not stinted me and hedged me by his wit to yield myself his wife, by the means I told you, yourself, renowned prince, then stood as fair as any comer I have looked on yet for my affection.
Even for that, I thank you. Therefore, I pray, lead me to the caskets to try my fortune. By the scimitar, I would outstare the sternest eyes that look. Outrage the heart most daring on the earth. Pluck the young sucking cub from the she-bear, yea, mock the lion when he roars for prey. To win me, lady.
You must make your choice, and either not attempt to choose at all, or swear before you choose. If you choose wrong, never to speak to lady in way of marriage afterward. Therefore, be advised.
No, I will not. Come bring me unto my chance.
First, forward to the temple. After dinner, your hazard shall be made.
Good fortune, then, to make me blessed or cursed amongst men.
Certainly my conscience will serve me to run from this Jew, my master. The fiend is at my elbow and tempts me, saying to me, Gobo, Lancelot, Gobo, or good Lancelot, or good Gobo, or good Lancelot, Gobo, use your legs, take the start, and run away. But my conscience says to me, no, take heed, honest Lancelot, take heed, honest Gobo, or as aforesaid, honest Lancelot, Gobo, do not run, scorn running with thy heels. Well, the most courageous fiend bids me pack. Venus is the fiend, away says the fiend, rouse up a brave mind and run, says the fiend. Well, my conscience, hanging about the neck of my heart, says very wisely to me, my honest friend Lancelot, being an honest man's son, or rather an honest woman's son, for indeed my father did something smack, something grow to. He had a kind of taste. Well, my conscience says to me, Lancelot, budge not. Budge, says the fiend. Budge not, says my conscience. Conscience, say I, you counsel well. Fiend, say I, you counsel well. To be ruled by my conscience, I should stay with this Jew, my master, who, saving your reverence, is a kind of devil. To run away from my master, I should be ruled by the fiend, who, God bless the mark, is the devil himself. Certainly the Jew is the devil incarnal, and in my conscience is but a kind of hard conscience to offer me counsel to stay with the Jew. The fiend gives the more friendly command, I will run. Fiend, my heels are at your command, I will run.
Master, young man, you, I pray you, which is the way to master Jews?
Oh, heavens, this is my true begotten father, who, being more than sin, mine high gravel blind, knows me not. I will try confusions on him.
Master, young gentleman, I pray you, which is the way to master Jews?
Turn up at your right hand to the next turning, and the next turning of all on your left. The very next turning, turn up no hands, then turn down indirectly to the Jew's house.
By God, Sanches, 'twill be a hard way to hit. Can you tell me whether one Lancelot that dwell with him or no?
Talk you of Master Lancelot?
No, master, sir. But a poor man's son. His father, though I say it, is an honest exceeding poor man, and God be thanked, well to live.
Well, let his father be what it will, we talk of Master Lancelot.
Your worship's friend in Lancelot, sir.
I pray you, ere go, old man, ere go, I beseech you. Talk you of Master Lancelot.
Of Lancelot, and please your mastership.
Ere go, talk not of Master Lancelot.
pray you tell me, is my boy, God rest his soul, alive or dead?
Do you not know me,
Of
father?
that, sir, I am sand-blind, I know you not.
Nay, indeed. For even if you had your eyes, you would fail at the knowing of me. It is a wise father that knows his own child. Well, old man, I will tell you of your son. Give me your blessing. Truth will come to light. Murder cannot be hid long. Man may, but at length truth will out.
Pray you, sir, stand up. I cannot think that you are my son.
I pray you. I am Lancelot, your boy that was, your son that is, and your child that shall be.
I cannot think that you are my son.
I know not what I think of that. I am Lancelot, the Jew's man, and I'm sure Marjorie, your wife, was my mother.
Her name is Marjorie indeed. I'll be sworn, if thou be Lancelot, thou art mine own flesh and blood. Lord, worship mighty be. What beard hast thou got? Lord, how art thou changed? How dost thou and thy master agree? I brought him a present. How agree you?
Well, well, but for my own part, I have set up my rest to run away, so I will not rest until I have run some ground. My master is a very Jew. Give him a present, give him a halter. I am famished in his service. You may tell every finger that I have with my rib. Father, I am glad you have come. Give me your present to one Master Bassanio, who indeed gives reigning liveries. If I serve not him, I will run as far as God has any ground. Oh, we're fortune. Here comes the man. To him, Father.
God bless you!
Gramercy, what's so awkward?
Here's my son, sir. A poor boy.
Not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jew's man that once was my father shall specify.
He hath a great infection, sir. As one would say, to serve.
Indeed, the short and the long is I serve the Jew and have desires my father shall specify.
His master and he, saving your worship's reverence, are scarce cater cousins.
In brief, the Jew having done me wrong doth cause me, as being I hope an old man, my father shall
I have here additional duns that I would bestow upon your worship. Now my suit
The suit is impertinent to myself, as your worship shall know by this old man, and though I say it, yet poor man my father.
One speak for both. What would you?
Serve you, sir.
That is the very defect of the matter, sir.
I know thee well. Thou hast obtained thy suit. Charlotte, thy master spoke with me this day, and hath preferred thee, if it be preferment to leave a rich Jew's service, and become the follower of so poor a gentleman.
The old proverb is very well spoken between my master Shylock and yourself. You have the grace of God, and he has enough.
Thou speakst it well. Go, father, with thy son. Take leave of thy old master, and inquire my lodging out. Give him a livery more guarded than his fellows. See it done.
Father, come, I'll take my leave of the Jew in the twinkling of an eye.
Senor Bassanio,
Sit down.
I have a suit to you.
You have obtained it.
You must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont.
Then you must. But hear thee, Gartano. Thou art too wild, too rude, and bold of voice. I pray thee, take pain to allay with some cold drops of modesty thy skipping spirit, lest with thy wild behavior I be misconstrued in the place I go to and lose my hopes.
Senor Bassanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, talk with respect, and swear but now and then, wear prayer books in my pocket, look demurely, nay, what's more, when grace is saying, hood mine eyes thus with my hat, and sigh, and say amen, use all the observance of civility like one well studied in a sad Austin to please his grandam. Never trust me more.
Well, we shall see your bearing.
Nay, but I bar tonight. You must not gauge me by what we do tonight.
No, that were pity. I would entreat you rather to wear your boldest suit of mirth, for we have friends at purpose merriment. But fare you well, I have some business.
And I must to Lorenzo and the rest. We will meet with you at supper time.
I'm sorry thou wilt leave my father's son. Our house is hell. No merry devil didst rob us in taste of tediousness. But fare thee well, there is a ducat for thee. Lancelot, soon at supper shalt thou see Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. Give him this letter, but do it secretly. And so farewell. I would not have my father see me in talk with thee.
Adieu. Tears do exhibit my tongue, most beautiful pagan, most sweet Jew. If the Christian had not played the one thee, I'd be much deceived. But adieu. These foolish drops do drown my manly spirit. Adieu.
Farewell, Lancelot. Alack, what heinous sin is it in me to be ashamed to be my father's child? But though I am daughter to his blood, I am not to his manners. Oh, Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I shall end this strife, become a Christian and thy loving wife.
Nay, we will slink away in supper time, disguised at my lodging, and return all in an hour. Friend Lancelot, what's the news?
It shall please you to break up this. It shall seem to signify.
Oh, I know the hand. In faith, 'tis a fair hand. And whiter than the paper that I write on is the fair hand that writ.
Oh, love news, faith.
By your leave, sir.
Whither goest thou?
Marry, to bid my old master the Jew to sup tonight with my new master the Christian.
Hold here. Take this. Tell gentle Jessica I will not fail her. Speak it privately. Go, gentlemen. Will you prepare you for this mass tonight? I am provided of a torchbearer. Meet me, Gratiano of Gratiano's lodging some hour hence.
Is not that letter from the fair Jessica?
I must need tell thee all. She hath directed how I shall take her from her father's house, what gold and jewels she's furnished with, what paid suit she hath in readiness. If ere the Jew her father come to heaven, it will be for his gentle daughter's sake. And never dare misfortune cross her foot, unless she do it under this excuse, that she is issued to a faithless Jew. Come, go with me. Peruse this as thou goest. Fair Jessica shall be my torchbearer.
Well, thou shalt see. Thy eyes shall be the judge the difference of old Shylock and Bassanio. What, Jessica, thou shalt not gormandize, as thou hast done with me. What, Jessica? And sleep and snore and rend apparel out. Why, Jessica, I say.
Why, Jessica?
Who bids thee call? I do not bid thee call.
Your worship was wont to tell me I could do nothing without bidding.
Call you. What is your will?
I am bid forth to supper, Jessica. There are my keys. But wherefore should I go? They flatter me, but yet I'll go in hate, to feed upon the prodigal Christian. Jessica, my girl, look to my house. I am right loath to go. There is some ill brewing toward my rest, for I did dream of money bags tonight.
I beseech you, sir, go. My young master doth expect your reproach.
So do I.
And they have conspired together. I will not say you will see a mask, but if you
What?
do...
Are there masks? Hear you me, Jessica. Lock up my doors. And when you hear the drum and the vile squealing of the wry-necked fife, clamber not you up to the casements then, nor thrust your head into the public street to gaze on Christian fools with varnished faces. But stop my house's ears. I mean my casements. Let not the sound of shallow foppery enter my sober house. By Jacob's staff, I have no mind of feasting forth tonight, but I will go. Go you before me, Siros, and I will come.
I will go before, sir. Mistress, look out window for all this. There will come a Christian boy who will be worth the Jew's eye.
Mademoiselle is mamselle.
Shalom give you tea. Is that her call?
The patch is kind enough, but a huge feeder. Snail slow in profit, and he sleeps by day more than a wildcat. Drones have not with me, therefore I part with him, and part with him to one who would have him help to waste his borrowed purse. Well, Jessica, go in. Perhaps I will return immediately. Do as I bid you. Lock doors after you. Fast bind, fast mine.
Farewell. If my fortune be not lost, I have a father and you a daughter lost.
La la la!
When you shall please to play the thief for wives, I shall watch for you as long then. Approach. Here dwells my father Jew. Ho! Who's within?
Who are you? Tell me for more certainty, albeit I'll swear I do know your tongue.
Lorenzo, and thy love.
Lorenzo, certain in my love indeed, for whom have I so much? And now who knows but you, Lorenzo, whether I'm yours?
Heaven and thy thoughts are witness that thou art.
Here, catch this casket. It is worth the pains. I am glad 'tis night you do not look on me, for I am much ashamed of my exchange. But love is blind, and lovers cannot see the pretty follies they themselves commit, for if they could, Cupid himself would blush to see me thus transformed to a boy.
Descend, for you must be my torchbearer.
What, must I hold a candle to my shades? They themselves could soon clear too light. Why, 'tis an office of discovery, love, and I should be obscured.
And so you are, sweet. Even in the lovely garnish of a boy. But come at once, for the close night doth play the runaway, and we are stayed for a Possanio's feast.
I will make fast the doors and gild myself with some more ducats and be with you, sir.
Oh, now by my hood, a Gentile and no Jew.
Beshrew me, but I love her heartily. For she is wise, if I can judge her. And fair she is, if that mine eyes be true. And true she is, as she hath proved herself. And therefore, like herself, wise, fair and true, she shall be placed in my constant soul. What, art thou come? Gentlemen, away.
Hey!
Our masking mates by this time for us stay.
Fie, Gratiano. Where are the rest? 'Tis 9:00, our friends all stay for you! No mass tonight. When it has come about, Bassanio presently will go aboard. I sent 20 out to seek for you.
I am glad on't, for I have no more delight than to be under sail and gone tonight. Okay.
Now make your choice.
The first, of gold, which this inscription bears, who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. The second, silver, who this promise carries, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. The third, dull lead, with warning always blunt, who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. How shall I know if I do choose the right?
The one of them contains my picture. If you choose that, then I am yours withal.
Some God direct thy judgment! Let me see. I will survey the inscriptions back again. What says this leaden casket? Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. Must give. For what? For lead? Hazard for lead? This casket threatens. Men that hazard all do it in hope of fair advantages. Golden minds stoop not to shows of dross, are them nor give nor hazard aught for lead. What says the silver with her virgin hue? Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. As much as he deserves. Pause there, Morocco, and weigh thy value with an even hand. If thou beest rated by thy estimation, thou dost deserve enough. But enough may not extend so far as to the lady. I do in birth deserve her, and in fortunes, and graces, and in qualities of breeding. But more than these, in love I do deserve. What if I stray no further, but chose here? Let's see once more the saying engraved in gold. Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. Why, that's the lady! All the world desires her. From the four corners of the earth they come to kiss this shrine, this mortal, breathing saint. One of these three contains her heavenly picture. Is it like that lead contains her? 'Twere damnation to think so base a thought. It were too gross to rib her sackcloth in the obscure grave. Or shall I think in silver she's immured, being 10 times undervalued to tried gold? Oh, sinful thought. Never so rich a gem was set in worse than gold. They have in England a coin that bears a figure of an angel stamped in gold. That's insculpted upon. But here, an angel in a golden bed lies all within. Deliver me the key. Here do I choose, and thrive I as I may.
There, take it, Prince, and if my form lie there, then I am yours.
Oh, well. What have we here? A carrion death within whose empty eye there is a written scroll. I'll read the writing. All that glitters is not gold. Fare you well, your suit is cold. Gold indeed, and labor lost. Then farewell heat and welcome frost. Portia, adieu. I have too grieved a heart to take a tedious leave. Thus, Lucy's part.
Gentle riddance! Draw the curtains, go. Let all of his complexion choose me so.
keep his day, or he shall pay for this.
Mary.
Well remembered.
I reasoned with a Frenchman yesterday, who told me that in the narrow seas that part the French and the English, there miscarried a vessel of our country. Thought upon Antonio when he told me, and wished in silence that it were not his.
You're best to tell Antonio what you hear, yet do not suddenly, for it may grieve him.
A kinder gentleman treads not the earth. I saw Bassanio and Antonio part. Bassanio told him he would make some speed of his return. He answered, "Do not so. Slugger not business for my sake, Bassanio, but stay the very ripening of the time. And for the Jew's bond which he hath with me, let it not enter into your mind of love. Be merry, and employ your chiefest thoughts to courtship. And such fair ostents of love as shall conveniently become you then." And even there, his eye being big with tears, turning his hand, he put his hand behind him with affection wondrous sensible. He wrung Bassanio's hand until they parted.
Oh, I think he only loves the world for him. I pray thee, let us go and find him out, and quicken his embraced heaviness with some delight or other.
Do we so?
Quick, I pray thee, draw the curtain straight. The Prince of Aragon hath paid his oath and has come to his election presently.
Behold, there stand the caskets, noble prince. If ye choose that wherein I am contained, straight shall our nuptial rites be solemnized. But if you fail, without more speech, my lord, you must be gone from hence immediately.
I am enjoined by oath to observe three things. First, never to unfold to anyone which casket 'twas I chose. Next, if I fail of the right casket, never in my life to woo a maid in way of marriage. Lastly, if I do fail in fortune of my choice, immediately to leave you and be gone.
To these injunctions everyone doth swear that comes to hazard for my worth.
And so have I addressed me, fortune now to my heart's hope. Gold, silver, and base lead, who chooseth me, must give and hazard all he has. Who shall look fair ere I give or hazard? What says the golden chest? Ha! Let me see. Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. What many men desire. That many may be meant by the full multitude that choose by show, never learning more than the fond eye doth teach, which pros not to the interior, but like the martlet, builds in the weather on the outward wall, even in the force and road of casualty. I will not choose what many men desire, because I will not jump with common spirits and rank me with the barbarous multitude. Why then to thee, thou silver treasure house, tell me once more what title thou dost bear. Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. And well said too. For who shall go about to cozen fortune and be honorable without the stamp of merit? Let none presume to wear an undeserved dignity. Well, but to my choice. Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. I will assume desert. Give me the key to this, and instantly unlock my fortunes here.
Too long a pause for that which you find there.
What's here? A portrait of a blinking idiot, presenting me a schedule. I will read it. How much unlike art thou to Portia? How much unlike my hopes and my deservings? Who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves, and I deserve no more than a fool's head. Is that my prize? Are my deserts no better?
To offend and to judge are of distinct offices and opposite natures.
What is here? alive I wis, silver oared, and so is this. Take what wife you will to bed, I will ever be your hand. Fare you well, you are spread. Sweet adieu, I'll keep my oath patiently to bear my wrath.
Thus hath the candle singed the moth. Oh, these deliberate fools. When they do choose, they have the wisdom by their wit to lose.
The ancient saying is no heresy. Hanging and driving go by destiny.
Come, draw the curtains.
Madam, there's a light at your gate, and a Venetian one that comes before to signify the approaching of his lord, from whom he bringeth sensible greets, to wit, besides commends and courteous breath, gifts of rich value. Yet I have not seen so likely an ambassador of love. The day in April never came so sweet to show how costly summer was at hand, as this young forcebearer comes before his lord.
No more, I pray you. I am half afeard thou wilt say down here some kin to thee, thou waste such high day wit in praising him. Come, nurse, for I long to see quick Cupid's messenger that comes so mannerly.
Bassanio, Lord loveth thy willing to be.
Was there a check that Antonio had the ship of rich lading right down the narrow streets? Oh, the good ones, I think they called the place. A very narrow, flat, and fatal, where the carcasses of many a tall ship lie buried. So they say, if my gossip report be an honest woman of her word.
I would she were as lying a gossip as that ever made her neighbors believe she wept for the death of a third husband. But it is true, without any slips or prolixity or crossing the plain how we have talked, that the good Antonio, the honest Antonio, oh, that I had a title good enough to keep his name company.
Come, full stop.
What sayest thou? Why, the end is he hath lost his ship.
How would I prove the end of his losses?
Let me say amen betimes, lest the devil curse my prayer, for here he comes in the likeness of a Jew. How now, Shylock? What news among the merchants?
You know, not so well as you of my daughter's flight.
That's certain. I, for one, know the tailor that made the wings, she flew withal.
And Shylock, for his part, knew the bird was fledged. But then it is the complexion of them all to leave the dam.
She is damned for it!
That's certain, if the devil may be her judge.
My own flesh and blood to rebel.
Out upon it, old carrion, rebels in at these years.
I say my daughter is my flesh and blood.
There is more difference between thy flesh and hers than between jet and ivory. More between your bloods than between red wine and radish. But tell us, have you heard whether Antonio has had any loss at sea or no?
There I have another bad match. A bankrupt, a prodigal who dare scarce show his head on the Rialto. A beggar who used to come so smug upon the mart. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to call me a usurer. Let him look to his bond. He was wont to lend money for a Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond.
Why, I am sure if he forfeit, thou will not take his flag. What's that good for?
To bait fish withal. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me and hindered me $500,000. Laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains. Cooled my friends, heated mine enemies, and what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian is? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If You poison us. Do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? Oh, if we are like you and the rest, we shall resemble you in that. If a Jew harm a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian harm a Jew, what should his sufferance be? By Christian example. Why? Revenge. The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction.
Here comes another member of the tribe. The third cannot be matched unless the devil himself turn Jew.
Come now, Tubal. What news from Genoa? Hast thou found my daughter?
I often came where I did hear of her. I cannot find her.
There, a diamond gone, cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. The curse never fell upon our nation until now. I never felt it till now. 2,000 ducats gone, and other precious, precious jewels. Oh, I would my daughter were dead at my foot and the jewels in her ear. When she rehearsed at my foot and the ducats in her coffin. No news of them. Why so? And I know not what spent in the search. Why the loss upon loss, the thief come so much and so much to find the thief, and no satisfaction, no revenge, no ill luck stirring but lights on my shoulders, no sighs but of my breathing, no tears but of my shedding.
Yes, other men have ill luck too. Antonio, as I heard in Genoa.
What? Ill luck?
Hath an argosy cast away, coming from Tripoli.
I thank God, is it true?
I spoke with sailors that did escape the wreck.
I thank thee, good Tubal. Good news. Oh, where? In Genoa?
Your daughter spent in Genoa in one night, as I heard, 80 ducats.
Thou stickst a dagger in me. I shall never see my gold again. Oh, 80 ducats in a sitting. 80 ducats.
There came divers of Antonio's creditors in my company to Venice, but swears he cannot choose but break.
I am glad of it. I'll plague him. I'll torture him. I am glad of it.
One of them showed me a ring he had of your daughter for a monkey.
Kamotita! Thou torturest me, Tubal. It was my turquoise. I had it a play on when I was a bachelor. I would not have given it for a wilderness of monkeys.
Ah, but Antonio is certainly undone.
It is true. It is very true. Go you before me, Tubal. Be me an officer bespeaking a fortnight before. I will have the heart of him if he should forfeit. For were he up to Venice, I can make what merchandise I will. Go, Tubal, and meet me at our synagogue. Go, good Tubal, at our synagogue, Tubal.
I pray you tarry. Pause a day or two before you venture, for in choosing wrong I lose your company. There's something tells me, but it is not love. I would not lose you. I would detain you here some month or two. I could teach you how to choose right. Then I am forsworn. So will I never be. So will you miss me. But if you do, you'll make me wish a sin that I had been forsworn. I speak too long. 'Tis to appease the time, to eke it and draw it out in length, to stay from your election.
Let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the rack.
Upon the rack, Bassanio. Then confess what treason there is mingled with your love.
Promise me life, and I'll confess the truth.
Confess and live.
Confess and love have been the very sum of my confession. Oh, happy torment, when my torturer doth teach me answers for deliverance. But lead me to my fortune and the caskets.
Away then. I am locked in one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out. Nerissa and the rest stand all aloof. Let music sound while he doth make his choice. And if he fail, he make a swan-like end, fading in music.
So may the outward shows belease themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament. In law, what plea so tainted and corrupt, but seasoned with the gracious voice, obscures the show of evil? In religion, what damned error but some sober brow will bless it and improve it with the text, hiding the grossness of fair ornament? There is no vice so simple, but assumes a mark of virtue on its outward parts. How many cowards, whose hearts are all as false as stairs of sand, wear yet upon their chins the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars, who inward searched have livers white as milk. Look on beauty, and you shall see 'tis purchased by the weight. Thus ornament is but the guiled shore to a most dangerous sea. Therefore, thou gaudy gold, hard food for Midas, I will none of thee, nor none of thee, thou pale and common drudge tween man and man. But thou meager lead, which rather threatenest than dost promise aught, thy paleness moves me more than eloquence. And here choose I, joy be the consequence.
Oh, love, in measure reign thy joy, scant the success. I feel too much thy blessing. Make it less, for fear I surfeit.
What find I here? Fair Portia's counterfeit. What demigod hath come so near creation? Here's the scroll, a continent and summary of my fortune. You that choose not by the view, chance is fair and choose is true. Since this fortune falls to you, be content and seek no new. If you be well pleased with this, and hold your fortune for your bliss, turn you where your lady is, and claim her with a loving kiss. A gentle scroll. Fair lady, by your leave, I come by note to give and to receive.
You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand, such as I am. For myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish to wish myself much better, yet for you, I would be trebled 20 times myself. Myself, and what is mine to you and yours is now converted. But now I was the lord of this fair mansion, master or my servants, queen or myself, and even now. But now, this mansion, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lord. I give them freely with this ring, which, when you part from, lose or give away, let it presage the ruin of your love, and be my vantage to exclaim on you.
Madam, you have bereft me of all words. But when this ring parts from this finger, then parts life from hence. Oh, then be bold to say Bassanio's dead.
My lord and lady, it is now our time that have stood by and seen our wishes prosper and cried good joy, my lord and lady.
My lord Bassanio and my gentle lady, I wish you all the joy that you can wish for. I'm sure you can wish none of me. And when your honors mean to solemnize the bargain of your faith, I do beseech you, even at that time, may I be married too.
With all my heart, so thou canst get a wife.
Oh, I thank your lordship. I thank your lordship, you have found me one. My eyes, my lord, can look as swift as yours. You saw the mistress. I beheld the maid. You loved, I loved for intermission.
Larissa! Madam, it is. So you stand pleased with all.
And you, Gratiano, mean good faith?
Yes, faith, my lord.
Our feast shall be much honored in your marriage.
We shall play with them the first boy for 1,000 ducats.
What, and stake
Oh
down?
no, we shall ne'er win at that sport and stake down. Oh, but who comes here? Lorenzo and his infidel.
They are entirely welcome.
Ere I ope this letter, I pray you, tell me how my good friend doth.
Not sick, my lord, unless it be in mind. Nor well, unless it be in mind. His letter there will show you his estate.
Nurse, so cheer on straight with your welcome. Lorenzo, in your hand. It's the news from Venice. How doth our royal friend, good Antonio? I am sure he would be glad of our successes. We are the Jasons. We have won the fleece.
And would you had won the fleece that he had lost?
There's some sure contents beyond same paper. Steals the color from Bassanio's cheek. Some dear friend dead, else nothing in the world could so much turn the constitution of any constant man. What? Worse and worse? With leave, Bassanio, I am half yourself, and I must freely have the half of anything that the same paper brings you.
Sweet Portia, here are a few of the unpleasantest words that ever blotted paper. When I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you that all the wealth I had ran in my veins. I was a gentleman. And then I told you true. And yet, dear lady, rating myself at nothing, you shall see how much I was a braggart. When I told you my state was nothing, I should then have told you I was worse than nothing. For indeed, I've engaged my friend to his mere enemy to feed my means. But is it true, Lorenzo? Have all his ventures failed? What, not one hit?
Not one. Besides, it would appear even if he had the present money to discharge the Jew, he would not do it. Never did I know a creature that did bear the shape of man, so keen and greedy to confound a man. 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the Magnificos of greatest port have all persuaded with him. And not one can move him from his envious plea of forfeiture, of justice and his bond.
When I was with him, I have heard him swear to Tubal and to just his countrymen that he would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the value of the son that he would owe him. And I know my lord in law, authority, and power does not. It will go hard with poor Antonio. Is it your dear friend that is thus in trouble?
The dearest friend to me, kindest man, the best conditioned and unwearied spirit in doing courtesies, and one in whom the ancient Roman honor more appears than any that draws breath in Italy.
What sum owes you the Jew?
For me, 3,000 ducats.
What, no more? Pay him 6,000 and deface the bond. Double 6,000 and then treble that, before a friend of this description shall lose a hair through Bassanio's faults. First, go with me to church and call me wife, and then to Venice and your friend, for never shall you lie by Portia's side with an unquiet soul. You shall have gold to pay the debt 20 times over, and when it is paid, bring your true friend along. Come away, for you shall hence upon your wedding day. Bid your friends welcome, show a merry cheer, for as you are, dear thought, will love you dear. Come, let me hear the letter of your friend.
My sweet Bassanio, My ships have all miscarried. My creditors grow cruel. My estate is very low, and my bond to the Jew is forfeit. And since in paying it is impossible I should live, all debts are cleared between you and I, if I might but see you at my death. Notwithstanding, use your pleasure. If your love do not persuade you to come, let not my letter.
Love. Dispatch all business and be gone.
Since I have your good leave to go away, I will make haste. But till I come again, no bed shall e'er be guilty of my stay. No rest be interposed betwixt us twain.
Me dog, for thou hadst a cause, but since I am a dog, beware my fangs. The Duke shall grant me justice. I do wonder, thou naughty jailer, that thou art so fond to come abroad with him at his request.
I pray thee, hear me speak.
I'll have my bond. I will not hear thee speak. I'll have my bond, and therefore speak no more. I'll not be made a soft and dull-eyed fool to shake the head, relent and sigh, and yield to Christian intercessors. Follow not! I'll have no speaking. I will have my bond.
It is the most impenetrable cur that ever kept in bed.
Let him alone. I'll follow him no more with bootless prayers. He seeks my life. His reason well I know. I oft delivered from his forfeitures many that have at times made moan to me. Therefore he hates me.
I am sure the Duke will never grant this forfeiture to hold.
The Duke cannot deny the course of the law. But the commodity that strangers have with us in Venice, if it be denied, will much impeach the justice of his state, since the trade and profit of the city consisteth of all nations. Therefore go. Griefs and losses have so aided me, that I shall hardly spare a pound of flesh tomorrow to my bloody creditor. Well, jailer, on. Pray God Bassanio come to see me pay his debt. And then I care not.
Madam, although I speak in your presence, you have a noble and a true conceit of godlike amity, which appears most strongly bearing thus the absence of your Lord. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief, how great a lover of thy Lord, your husband, I know you'd be prouder of thy work than customary bounty can enforce you.
I never did repent for doing good, nor shall not now, for in companions that to converse and waste the time together, whose souls do bear an equal yoke of love, there must needs be a like proportion of lineaments, of manners, of spirit, which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my lord, must needs be like my lord. Here are other things. Lorenzo, I commit unto your hands the husbandry and manage of my house, until my lord's return. For my own part, I have towards heaven breathed a secret vow to live in prayer and contemplation, only attended by nurse here. I do desire you not to deny me this imposition, which my love and some necessity now lays upon you.
Madam, with all my heart I shall obey you in all fair commands.
My people do already know my mind, and will acknowledge you and Jessica in place of Lord Bassanio and myself. So fare you well, till we shall meet again.
Fair thoughts and happy hours attend on you.
I wish your ladyship all heart's content.
I thank you for your wish, and am well pleased to wish it back on you. Fare you well, Jessica. Now, Balthazar, as I have ever found the honest truths, so let me find these still. Take this letter, and use thou all the endeavor of a man, in speed to Padua. See thou render this unto my cousin's hands, Dr. Bellario, and look what notes and garments he doth give thee. Bring them, I pray thee, with imagined speed, unto the Tranict, to the common ferry which trades to Venice. Waste no time in words, but get thee gone. I shall be there before thee.
Madam, I go with all convenient speed.
Come, Nerissa. I have some work at hand that you know yet not of. We shall see our husbands before they think of us.
Shall they see us?
They shall, but in such a habit that they shall think we are well accomplished with what we lack. I'll hold thee any wager when we are accoutred like young men.
Why shall we turn to men?
But come, I'll tell thee all my whole device when we are in my coach, which stays for us at the park gate. Therefore haste away, for we must measure 20 miles today.
Yes, truly, for look you, the sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Therefore I promise thee I fear you. I was always playing with you, so now I will speak my agitation of the matter. Therefore be of good cheer, for truly I think you are damned. There is but one kind of hope that can do you any good, and that is but a kind of bastard hope neither.
And what hope is that, I pray thee?
Mary, you may hope that your father got you not, that you are not the Jew's daughter.
That were a kind of bastard hope indeed. So the sins of my mother should be visited upon me. I shall be saved by my husband, he hath made me a Christian.
Truly the more to blame he. We were Christians, and now before living as well one by another. This making of Christians will raise the price of hogs if we all grow to be pork eaters. It'll surely put a ration on the coals for money.
I'll tell my husband at Lancelot what it is you say. Here he comes.
I shall grow jealous of you shortly, Lancelot, if you thus get my wife in the corner.
Nay, you need not fear us, Lorenzo. Lancelot and I are out. He tells me flatly there is no mercy for me in heaven, for I'm a Jew's daughter. And he says you are no good member of the Commonwealth, for in converting Jews to Christians, you raise the price of pork.
Think the best grace of thy wit will quickly turn into silence, and discourse grow commendable in none only but parents. Go in, sirrah, bid them prepare for dinner.
That is done, sir. They all have stomachs.
Ah, goodly lord, what a wit snapper you are. Then bid them prepare dinner.
That is done too, sir, and cover is the work.
You cover then, sir.
Not so, sir, I know my duty.
Yet more quarreling with the occasion. Wilt thou show thy whole wealth of wit in an instant? I pray thee, understand a plain man in his plain meaning. Go to thy fellows, bid them cover the tables, serve in the meat, and we will come into dinner.
For the table, sir, it shall be served in. For the meat, sir, it shall
in better place, garnished like himself, for tricksy word defy the matter. How dearest thou, Jessica? And now, good sweet, say thy opinion. How dost thou like the Lord Bassanio's wife?
Past all expressing, it is very meet the Lord Bassanio live an upright life, for in having such a blessing in his lady, he finds the joys of heaven here on earth.
And there such a husband hast thou of me as she is for a wife?
Nay, but ask my opinion too of that.
I will anon, but let us first go to dinner.
Nay, let me praise you while I have a stomach.
No, I pray thee, let it serve for table talk. Then, howsoe'er thou speakest, among other things, I shall digest it.
Well, I'll set you forth.
Optimum vitae, pessima mortis, pessima vitae, optima mortis. Optima vitae, pessima mortis, pessima vitae, optima mortis. Optimum vitae, pessima mortis, pessima vitae, optimum mortis. What, is Antonio here?
Ready, so please your grace.
I am sorry for thee. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch incapable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy.
I have heard your grace, have taken great pains to qualify his rigorous course. But since he stands obdurate, I am armed to suffer with the quietness of spirit, the very tyranny and rage of his.
Go on and call the Jew into the court.
He is ready at the door. He comes, Dori.
Make room and let him stand before our face. Shylock. The world thinks, and I think so too, that thou but leadest this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act, and that 'tis thought thou wilt show thy mercy and remorse more strange than is thy strange parent cruelty. And where thou now exact the penalty which a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, thou wilt not only loose the forfeiture, but touched with human gentleness and love, forgive a moiety of the principal. We all expect a gentle answer, Jew.
I have possessed your grace of what I propose, and by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. You'll ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that, but say it is my humor. Is it answered? What if my house be troubled with a rat, and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it banned? What, are you answered yet? Some men there are love not a gaping pig. Some men are mad if they behold a cat. And others, when the bagpipe sings and the nose cannot contain their urine. For affection, mistress of passion, sways it to the mood of what it likes or loathes. Now for your answer. As there is no firm reason to be rendered why he cannot abide a gaping pig, Why he a harmless, necessary cat? Why he a woolen bagpipe, but of force must yield to such inevitable shame that he offends, himself being offended. So can I give no reason, nor I will not, save for a lodged hate and a certain loathing I bear Antonio, that I follow thus a losing suit against him. Are you answered?
This is no answer, though unfeeling man, to excuse the courage of thy cruelty.
I am not bound to please thee with my answers.
Do all men kill the things they do not love?
Hates any man the thing he would not kill?
Every offense is not a hate at first.
Oh, what, wouldst thou have a serpent sting thee twice?
I pray thee! Think you question with the Jew? You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood bait his usual height. You may as well use question with the wolf why he had made the ewe beat for the lamb. You may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops and to make no noise when they are threatened with the gusts of heaven. You may as well do anything, most hard, as seek to soften that. Then what's harder? His Jewish heart. Therefore I do beseech you, make no more offers, use no farther means, but with all brief and plain conveniency, let me have judgment, and the Jew as well.
3,000 ducats, here is 6.
If every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts, and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond.
How shalt thou hope for mercy, rendering none?
What judgment shall I dread? Doing no wrong. You have among you many a purchased slave, which, like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in abject and in slavish parts because you want them. Shall I say to you, let them be free, marry them to your heirs? Why sweat they under burthens? Let their beds be made soft as yours, and let their palates be seasoned with such viands. You will answer, the slaves are ours. So do I answer you. The pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. 'Tis mine, and I will have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer. Shall I have it?
Upon my power I may dismiss this court unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today.
My lord, here stays the messenger with letters from the doctor. You come from Padua.
Bring us the letter, call the messenger.
Good cheer, Antonio. What man courage yet? The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all, art thou shalt lose from me one drop of blood.
I am the tainted wither of the flock. Meet is for death, the weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground. So let me. You cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to live still and write mine epitaph.
Came you from Padua, from old Bellario?
From both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace.
Why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly?
To cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt there.
Not on my soul! But on my soul, harsh Jew, thou makest thy knife keen. But no metal can, no, nor the hangman's axe, bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. Can no prayers pierce thee?
No, none that thou hast wit to make.
Oh, be thou damned, inexorable dog, and for thy life let justice be accused. Thou almost makes me waver in my faith to hold opinion with Pythagoras, that the souls of animals do infuse themselves within the trunks of men. Thy cursed spirit, governed by a wolf, hanged for human slaughter, even from the gallows did his fell soul fleet, and whilst thou lay in thy unhallowed dam, infused itself in thee, for thy desires are wolfish, bloody, starved, and ravenous.
Ooh. Till thou canst rail the seal from off my bond, thou but offendest thy lungs to speak so loud. Repair thy wit, good youth, or it will fall to careless ruin. I stand here for law.
This letter doth commend a young and learned doctor to the court. Where is he?
He attended here hard by to know your answer, whether you'll admit him.
With all my heart. Go and give him courteous conduct to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellario's letter.
Your grace shall understand that the receipt of your letter I am very sick, but in the instant that your messenger came in loving visitation was with me a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. I acquainted him with the cause and controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. We turned over many books together. He is furnished with my opinion. I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his commendation.
You hear the learned Bellaria, what he writes? And here, I take it, is the doctor come. Give me your hand. Come you from old Bellaria?
I did, my lord.
You are welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds this present question in the court?
I am informed thoroughly of the cause. Which is the merchant here and which the Jew?
Antonio and old Shylock both stand forth.
Is Shylock your name?
Shylock is my name.
Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, and yet in such a rule the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
Aye, so he says.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful.
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. It is mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, wherein doth sit the fear and dread of kings, the attribute of awe and majesty. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute of God himself. And then earthly powers show like as gods when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which, if thou fallest, the strict court of Venice must needs give judgment against the merchant here.
My deeds upon my head. I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes, here I tendered for him in the court. Yea, twice the sum. If that will not suffice, I will be bound to pay it 10 times o'er on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. If this will not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down truth. And I do beseech you, rest once the law to your authority. To do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will.
It must not be. There's no force in Venice can alter a decree established. It will be recorded as a precedent, and many an error of the same example will rush unto the state.
A Daniel come to judgment. Yea, a Daniel. O wise young judge, how I do honor thee.
I pray you, let me look upon the bond.
Here 'tis, most reverend doctor, here it is.
Shylock, there's thrice thy money offered thee.
An oath, I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why, this bond is forfeit. And lawfully by this the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful. Take thrice thy money, bid me tear the bond.
When it is paid according to the tenor, it doth appear you are a worthy judge. You know the law. Your exposition hath been most sound. I charge you by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. Proceed to judgment. By my soul, I swear there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond.
Most heartily, I do beseech the court to give the judgment.
Why then, thus it is. You must prepare your bosom for his knife.
No! No!
Judge, oh excellent young man.
For the intent and purpose of the law have full relation to the penalty penalty which here appeareth due upon the bond.
'Tis very true, O wise and upright judge. How much more elder art thou than thy looks?
Therefore lay bare your bosom.
I express, so says the bond, doth it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart, those are the very words.
'Tis so. Are there balance here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeon on your charge, Shylock, to stop his wounds, lest he do bleed to death.
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed, but what of that? 'Twere good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it. It is not in the bond.
You, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little. I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Fare you well. Grieve not that I am fallen to this for you. Commend me to your honorable wife. Tell her the process of Antonio's end. Say how I love you. See me fair in death. And when the tale is told, bid her be judge whether Bassanio had not once a love. Repent but you that you shall lose your friend, and he repents not that it pays your debt. For if the Jew do cut but deep enough, I will pay it presently with all my heart.
Antonio, I am married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. I would lose all. I sacrifice them all here to this devil to deliver you.
Your wife would give you little thanks for that. If she were by to hear you make the offer.
I have a wife whom I protest I love. I would she were in heaven so that she could entreat some power to change this cursed Jew.
'Tis well you offer it behind her back. The wish would make us an unquiet house.
These be the Christian husbands. I have a daughter. Would she were married to any of the stock of Barabbas rather than a Christian. We trifle time. I pray thee pursue sentence.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine, the court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Most rightful judge!
And you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it.
Most learned judge! A sentence! Come! Prepare!
Tarry a little. There is something else. This bond awards thee no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. And thy bond, take thy pound of flesh. But in the cutting of it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are, by the laws of Venice, confiscate unto the state of Venice.
A learned judge, mark Jew, an upright judge.
Is that the law?
Thyself shalt do the act. For as thou urgest justice, thou shalt have justice more than thou desirest.
Oh, an upright judge, mark you, Jew, a learned judge.
I'll take this offer then. Pay the bond thrice, and let the Christian go.
Here's the money.
Soft. The Jew shall have all justice. Soft no haste. The Jew shall have nothing but the penalty.
Mark, Jew, an upright judge, a learned judge.
Therefore, prepare thee to cut off the flesh. But in the cutting of it, if thou shed thou no blood, nor cut thou more nor less, but just a pound. If thou cuts more or less, but just a pound of flesh, be it so much as makes it heavy or light in the substance, or the division of the 20th part of one scruple. Nay, if the scale do turn but the estimation of a hair, thou diest, and thy goods are confiscate.
Daniel, mark Jew, a Daniel, now infidel, I have you on the head.
Why not would you pause? Take thy
Give me my principal and let me go.
I have it ready for thee. Here it is.
He hath refused it in the open court. He shall have nothing but justice and his bond.
Daniel, still I say a second Daniel. I
Shall
thank
I?
thee, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Shall I not have barely my principal?
Thou shalt have nothing but thy forfeiture, to be taken at thy peril, Jew.
Why, then the devil give him good of it. I'll stay no longer questioned.
Tarry, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on me. It is enacted in the laws of Venice that if it be proved by indirect or direct attempts, an alien seek the life of any citizen, the party against which he doth contrive may seize 1/2 his goods. The other half comes to the privy coffer of the state. And the offender's life lies in the hands of the Duke against all other voice. In which predicament I say thou standst, for it appears by indirect and direct attempts too, thou hast sought the very life of the defendant, and thou hast incurred the danger by me formerly rehearsed. Down, therefore, and make mercy of the Duke.
That thou shalt know the difference of our spirits, I pardon thee thy life before thou ask it. For half thy wealth it is Antonio's, the other half comes to the general state, which humbleness may drive unto a fine.
Aye, for the state, not for Antonio.
Nay, take my life and all. Pardon not that. You take my house when you do take the prop which doth sustain my house. You take my life when you do take the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonio?
So please, my lord the Duke, and all the court, to quit the fine for 1/2 of his goods. I am content. So he will let me have the other half in use to render it upon his death unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. 2 things provided more. That for this favor, he presently become a Christian. The other, that he do record a gift here in the court of all he dies possessed unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter.
He shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounced you.
Art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say?
I am content.
Clerk, draw a deed of gift.
Pray, give me leave to go from hence. I am not well. Send the deed after me, and I will sign it.
Get thee gone, but do it. Sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner.
I humbly do request your grace of pardon. I must needs this night away to Padua, and it is meet I presently set forth.
I'm sorry that your leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify this gentleman, for in my mind you are much bound to him.
Most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted of grievous penalties. In lieu whereof, 3,000 ducats, due unto the Jew, we freely cope your courteous pains withal.
And stand indebted, over and above, in love and service to you evermore.
He is well paid that is well satisfied. And I, in delivering you, am well satisfied, and therein do account myself well paid. My mind was never yet more mercenary. I pray you, know me when we meet again.
I wish you well, and so take my leave.
Dear sir, of course I must attempt you further. Take some remembrance of us, as a tribute, not as a fee. Grant me two things, I pray you, not to deny me and to pardon me.
You press me far, and therefore I will yield. Give me your gloves. I'll wear them for your sake. And for your love, I'll take this ring from you. Do not draw back your hand. I'll take no more, and you, in love, shall not deny me this.
This ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I will not shame myself to give you this.
I will have nothing else but only this. And now methinks I have a mind to it.
This more depends on this than on the value. The dearest ring in Venice will I give you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this, I pray you pardon me.
I see, sir. You are liberal in your offers. You taught me first to beg, and now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered.
Good sir, this ring was given me by my wife. And when she put it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell, nor give, nor lose it.
That excuse serves many men to save their gifts. And if your wife be not a mad woman, and know how well I have deserved the ring, she would not hold out enemy forever from giving it me. Well, peace be with you.
My lord Bassanio, let him have the ring. Let his deservings and my love withal be valued against your wife's commandment.
Go, Gratiano. Run and overtake him. Give him the ring and bring without canst to Antonio's house. Away, make haste! Come. You and I will thither presently. In the morning early will we both fly toward Belmont. Come, Antonio.
Inquire the Jew's house out. Give him this deed, then he can sign it. We shall away tonight and be a day before our husband's home. This deed will be well welcome to
Fair sir, you are well ordained. My lord Bassanio, upon more advice, doth send you here this ring and doth entreat your company at dinner.
Cannot be. His ring I do accept most thankfully, and so I bid you tell him. Furthermore, I pray you show my youth old Shylock's house.
This I will do.
Sir, I will speak with you. I'll see if I can get my husband's ring, that which I did make him swear to keep forever.
Thou mayest, I warrant. We shall have old swearings that they did give these rings away to men. We'll outface them, and outswear them too. Away then! Make haste. Thou knowest where I will tarry.
Come, good sir, will you show me to this house?
Troilus, methinks, mounted the Trojan wall, and sighed his soul through the Grecian tents, where crested lay that night.
In such a night did Thisbe fearfully o'ertrip the dew, and saw the lion's shadow ere himself, and ran dismayed away.
In such a night did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jew, and with an unthrift love did run from Venice as far as Belmont.
In such a night did young Lorenzo swear he loved her well, stealing her soul with many vows of faith and very true.
In such a night did pretty Jessica, like a little shrew, slander her love. He forgave her.
I would outnight you to nobody come. But hark, I hear the footing of a man.
Who comes so fast in the silence of the night?
A friend, my mistress will before the break of day, here at Belmont.
And ceremoniously let us prepare some welcome for the mistress of the house.
So, did you see Master Lorenzo?
Here.
Tell him there's a post from my master with his horn full of good news. My master will be here ere morning.
Sweet soul, let's in. And they're expected to come. And yet, no matter, why should we go in? Friend Balthazar, signify, I pray you, inside the house your mistress is at hand, and bring some music forth into the air. This bank. Here we will sit and let the sounds of music creep into our ears. Soft stillness and the night becomes touches of sweet harmony. Sit down. Look on the floor of heaven is inlaid with thick patines of bright gold. There's not the smallest orb which thou beholdest, but within it is motion like an angel sings, still choiring for the young-eyed cherubims. But whilst this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, we cannot hear it. Come, ho, and wake Diana with hymns. The sweetest touches pierces your mistress here, and draw her up with music.
I'm never merry when I hear sweet music.
The reason is your spirits are attentive. The man that hath no music in himself, nor is not moved with concords of sweet hymns, is fit for treason, stratagems, and spoils. Let no such a man be trusted. Mark the music.
The light I see is burning in my hall. How far the little candle throws its beams. So shines a good deed in a naughty world.
When the moon shone, we did not see the candle.
So doth the greater glory dim the less. Music. Hark.
It is your music, madam, of the house.
I see nothing is good without respect. Methinks it sounds much sweeter than by day.
That is the voice, or am I much deceived, of Portia?
He knows me as the blind man knows the cuckoo. Ugh, by the bad voice.
Your ladies, welcome home.
We have been praying for our husbands' healths, which speed we hope the better for our words. Are they returned?
They are not yet, madam, but there has come a messenger before to signify their coming.
Go in, Marissa. Give order to my servants that they take no notice at all of our being absent hence. Nor you, Lorenzo. Jessica, nor you.
Your husband is at hand, I hear his trumpet. Fear not, madam, we are no telltales.
This night, methinks, is but the daylight sick. Just a day such as when the sun in its head.
We should hold day with the Antipodes if you would walk in our business.
Let me give light, but let not me be light. For light wife doth a heavy husband make, and never be beside so for me. Concert all. You are welcome home, my lord.
I thank you, madam. You're welcome, my friend. This is the man. This is Antonio, to whom I am so infinitely bound.
You should in all sense be much bound to him, for as I hear, he was much bound for you.
No more than I'm well equipped of.
So you are very welcome to our house. It must appear in other ways than words, therefore I scant this breathing courtesy.
By Undermoon, I swear you do me wrong. In faith, I gave it to the judge's clerk. I would that he were guilt that had it for his part, since you take it, love, so much at heart.
Quarrel? Oh, already? What's the matter?
About a hoop of gold, a paltry ring which she did give me, whose Poesy was for all the world like Cutler's poetry upon a knife. Love me and leave me not.
What talk you of the posy or the value? You swore to me when I did give it to you that you would wear it till your hour of death, and that it would lie with you in your grave. Gave it to a judge's clerk? No, God's my judge, that clerk will ne'er wear hair on face that had it.
He will it if he live to be a man.
I, if a woman lived to be a man.
By this hand, I gave it to a youth, a kind of boy, a little scrubbed boy, no higher than thyself, the judge's clerk, a prating boy which begged it as a fee. I could not from my heart deny him.
You were to blame. I must be plain with you. To part so slightly with your wife's first gift. A thing stuck on your fingers with oaths, so riveted with faith unto your flesh. I gave my love a ring, and here he stands. I dare be bound for him, he would ne'er part from it, nor pluck it from his finger, for the wealth the world masters. Now, Gratiano, in faith you give your wife to unkind a cause for grief, and 'twere to me, I should be mad at it.
Best to cut my hand off and swear I lost a ring if any yet.
My Lord Bassanio gave his ring into the judge who begged it. And he deserved it too. And then his boy, the clerk, which took some pains in writing, he begged mine, and neither man nor master would take aught but the 2 rings.
What ring gave you, my lord? Not that I hope what you received of me.
If I could add a lie unto a fault, I would deny it. But you see, my finger hath not the ring upon it. It is gone.
Even so void is your false heart of truths. By heaven, I will ne'er come in your bed until I see the ring.
Nor I in yours till I against mine.
Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave the ring, if you did know for whom I gave the ring, and could conceive for what I gave the ring, and how unwillingly I left the ring, when naught would be accepted but the ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure.
If you had known the virtue of the ring, or half her worthiness that gave the ring, or your own honor to contain the ring, you would not then have parted with the ring. What man is there so unreasonable, if you had pleased to have defended it with any terms of modesty, wanted to urge a thing held as a ceremony? Nerissa teaches me what to believe. I'll die for it, but some woman had the ring.
No, by my honor, madam, by my soul, no woman had it but a civil doctor, which did refuse 3,000 ducats of me, and begged the ring, the which I did deny him, and suffered him to go displeased away. Even he that did uphold the very life of my dear friend. What should I say, sweet lady? I was enforced to send it after him. I was beset with shame and courtesy. My honor would not let ingratitude so much besmear it. Pardon me, good lady, for by these blessed candles of the night, had you been there, I think you would have begged the ring of me to give the worthy doctor.
Let not that doctor come near my house, since he hath got the jewel that I loved, and that which you did swear to keep for me. I'll become as liberal as you. I'll not deny him anything I have. No, not my body, nor my husband's bed. Know him I shall, I am well sure of it. Lie not a night away from home. Watch me like Argus. For if you do not, if I be left alone, now, by mine honor, which is yet mine own, I'll have that doctor for my bedfellow.
And I, his clerk, therefore be well advised how you do lead me to mine own protection.
Well, do you then? I'll have none then, for if I do, I'll mar the young clerk's pen.
I am the unhappy subject of these quarrels.
Sir, grieve not you. You are welcome, notwithstanding.
Portia, forgive me this enforced wrong, and in the hearing of these many friends, I swear to thee, even by thine own eyes, wherein I do see myself.
Mark you but that! In my eyes he doubly sees himself. In each eye one. Swear by your double self, and there's an oath of credit.
Nay. Hear me. Pardon this fault, and by my soul, I swear I never more will break oath with thee.
I once did lend my body for his wealth, which, but for he that had your husband's ring had quite miscarried. I dare be bound again. My soul upon the forfeit that your Lord will never more break faith advisedly.
Then you shall be his surety. Give him this, and bid him keep it better than the other.
Here, Lord Bassanio. Swear to keep this ring.
By heaven, it is the same I gave the doctor.
Forgive me, Bassanio, for by this ring the doctor lay with me.
And pardon me, my gentle Gratiano, for that same scrubbed boy, the doctor's clerk, in lieu of this last night, did lie with me.
Oh, this is like the mending of highways in summer when the ways are fair enough. What, are we to be made cuckold ere we have deserved it?
Speak not so grossly. You are all amazed. Take this letter. Read it at your leisure. It comes from Padua, from Bellario. There you shall find Portia was the doctor. Nerissa there, her clerk. Lorenzo here shall attest that I left as soon as you, and even but now returned. I have not yet entered my house. Antonio, you are welcome. And I have some news in store for you, better than you devise. See this letter soon. There you shall find 3 of your argosies are richly come to harbor suddenly. You shall not know by what strange coincidence I chanced on this letter.
I am dumb.
Were you the doctor, and I knew you not?
We did the clerk that was to make me cuckold.
I, but the clerk that never means to do it unless he lived to be a man.
Sweet doctor, you shall be my bedfellow. When I am away, then lie with my wife.
Sweet lady, you have given me life and living. For here I read for certain that my ships are safely come to road.
How now, Lorenzo? My clerk had some good comforts too for you.
I will give them him without a fee. There do I give to you and Jessica from the rich Jew a special deed of gift, after his death of all he dies possessed of.
Fair ladies, you lay manna in the way of starving people.
It is almost morning, and yet I am sure you are not satisfied of these events at all. Let us go in and charge us there upon intergatories, and we will answer all things faithfully.
Let it be so. The first intergatory that my Nerissa shall be sworn on is whether till the next night she would rather stay or go to bed now, being 2 hours today. Well, while I live, I'll fear no other thing so sore as keeping safe Nerissa's ring.